Alright guys, what's up? We're playing some BackBreaker once again with the new rosters from F1. This time we're going with Denver Broncos at the Dallas Cowboys. Let's do it. So this game I'm going to try to really play to my best abilities here, see if I can get a full half in this game, in this video, and I'd like to see if I can compete here. This guy's running pretty slow for some reason. That's kind of interesting. He seems like he's running 1 mile per hour. Let me check these out real quick. This may not be. No, these guys are set. Huh. Maybe he just has slow speed. 91 though. Okay. Never mind. So you can see one of the things that Neff is doing is fixing the running game, because the Great House patch actually took away the running. And one thing I didn't mention in my previous video was, maybe I did, but the cool thing about being in the, in the player camera, one of the cool things about it is that when you're the quarterback and you're going and looking through your progressions, you actually can feel like zones are, what I was saying was that when you're going through your progressions as a quarterback, when they're playing zone, sometimes you don't see, and you're leading a receiver that's doing a, basically a cross pattern, you just don't see the defenders there, and sometimes you get caught. I mean, it's pretty real to life in terms of that aspect. When you're playing in God view mode, like they do in Madden and everything else, yeah, it's cool, and believe me, I enjoy it as well. But you definitely don't get this difficulty level, and the fact that look at these blockers blocking. Look at these blockers. I mean, that was a nice running play there. I may have to just break that down real quick, because I mean, look at those two blockers there, just doing their job. There he goes, blocking that guy, and so he let him out because he can't hold, right? Kind of went around him. I mean, that was a nice running play. So the running game definitely improved with these rosters. That's pretty cool. And just like he tries to reach out for the, for the first down, tries to reach for that first down. That's one thing about this game that they do pretty well. So I'm gonna try to just bust up the middle and see if I can get this. Oh man, that guy came through like an animal. Alright, I'm punting. So there's some cool things about the camera that you just don't get in the other mode, and it makes the game, definitely makes the game different than your typical games. But I want to know what you guys think about these rosters. The 2015 rosters being made by Neff. And like I said, he's trying to improve the things that were broken between patches, and also just to give us good gameplay. Excuse me. I mean, the Great House patch, you know, what it added were the extra plays, a whole number of new plays that you can use. It also pulled the camera away a little bit from the player that you're controlling. So definitely had a little bit better view. The camera wasn't so pulled back from the camera wasn't so close to the player. In the new version, it was pulled back a little bit. But you also got, they also trimmed down, like I mentioned in my last video. They definitely softened up the passing, like the defense, the passing defense. I mean, all of the cornerbacks, the safeties, they just got soft, and they weren't as aggressive. And the reason why they did that is because they were trying to fix the interception problems that we had. So, they definitely didn't have or spend enough time fine-tuning it. Maybe they were limited to how far they could really go. Maybe they never found that break-even point where it actually did cause so many interceptions, but then it also, they'd also play some defense. So maybe they didn't have the best balance point with what they were working with, but that was their goal, I think, to try and, that was a big hit, to try and correct the interceptions. And the reason why that was happening is because the cornerbacks and the receiving, the cornerbacks were just too strong, and they were just trying to get after every ball. But now it seems like they kind of step back and they just stand there and let you catch the ball. So I know he's trying to do the best he can to fix that in these rosters, so we'll see. We'll see how far he can get. Yeah, that's tough. I kind of want to get a feel for the stats. So I want to play one full quarter here. I'm sorry, one full half, and see what kind of stats we can get. I think I'm going to take it to the nice play. Took it to the tight end there. Not bad, not bad. Got a few yards. See if I can get away with this week. Oh, big hit. Oh, it's the end of the first quarter. All right, let's see if I can get some yards here. All right. Oh, man, they must have been blitzing on that one. They came in real strong. I don't like those plays. Do an inside run. Let's try this one. Oh, it's third down, huh? You call a timeout. I didn't even realize it. Gonna need a little throw play here. Let's flip the play around. Try to go to my tight end here and see what happens. Good throw, Romo. Right on the money. they come and blitz me, I think I'm going to pull it out. Oh, wow, what a pass. Oh, that was a nice pass. I got to see that again. I mean, as soon as he cuts over to the right, throws it right at him. And you see, like I said, you know, you compare this to Madden, and that linebacker is not warping to the ball. I mean, he can't really, I mean, I guess he could have stuck his arm out there. That he could have done for sure. But you see, they're not warping towards the ball. You know, maybe he feels like he can't reach it. Ball's kind of thrown a little bit ahead of him. And that's what you call real football right there. You can't just magically warp into the ball. I mean, that's not the real thing. So we need a game that's organic like this, like I mentioned. Oh, that was my bad. You know, we need a game that when you're playing it, you feel like you're playing with real settings, with real ratings, and the guys do what they can based off of reality. You know, that was a zone right there. I blew that zone out. So, you know, no warping, no Superman linebacker jumps to grab the ball and intercept it. I mean, we want things that are realistic based on the position in the field that they are and their ratings. You know, if your speed's a certain speed, we only want you to be able to go as fast as that speed. Nothing faster. You can't just magically just fly through the field. And that's kind of what we need. We need a game that allows for that freedom, where the players' skills and ratings is what determines how they play. 4th and 2. I'll take the field goal here. So I'm playing on hard difficulty with random form. And if you guys didn't know, the form is what really makes players play well and others not so well. So I mean, if you got guys with good form, you need to take advantage of that as part of your game plan. The guys that have the higher form during the game are the ones that are going to play the best. They kind of just up their level by like 10 points. So it kind of helps. And the one thing with the BackBreaker roster editor that I made that helps out a lot, that Neff is using, is I added the overall rating. So like when you're looking at the rosters in the game, which don't do, by the way, because it'll ruin your roster. But if you were to look at them in the game, there's a rating that's called, it's not really a rating, it's just your overall. So it takes all your 4 ratings, your speed, your agility, your strength, and there's another one, and it takes those ratings and it basically combines them and makes for the overall rating. And before, in Finn's editor, we didn't have that. So now it kind of gives you a nice high-level picture of, you know, your players. And I knew he was going to that guy. Your players, they have the overall rating now, so you can actually get that. You can take a look at your entire roster by looking at who's the best player all the way down to the worst player overall. So it kind of helps when you're making your ratings, because, you know, before we had that, when we didn't have that, we just were blindly rating people, and we got it pretty close to what they should be, but you never really could tell who's ranked higher than who. You know, that if you have a group of running backs or linebackers or quarterbacks or whatever, you never really knew who really had the highest rating and by how much. You know, so if you want to compare the overall with between those players, you can do that now. So that kind of helps if you guys want to make some rosters of your own, and you want to use the PC editor. Well, there you go. There's a way to do that, and it helps a lot. Believe me. I know that he's been really happy with that change. See, they're going to try to run the clock out here, and I'm not going to let them. I'd like to get one more chance to score before halftime. So I'm testing the rosters out, like I mentioned earlier. I'm not really too sure. Oh. Whoops. I don't know why he didn't catch that, but okay. So I'm trying to get a feel for the running. And the passing and the defense. And if you guys are watching this game, I mean, I don't think we've had one interception. I don't think we've had. And the running has been running has been tight. The passing has been tight. I'm curious to see what the stats are going to be. I feel like that guy's going to blitz, so I'm going to take him. Oh, man, you got to hold on to that, Whitten. Don't play with me like that. So the stats are going to kind of show... Uh-oh, this is the same play, isn't it? Huh. I lost a yard there. That's funny. I wonder if they're going to call a timeout here. Let's see what they do. If they were smart, they would. But they're probably not going to. So I'm going to sit here and just run the clock out and see what happens. So, like I said, I'm testing out the running, the passing, the defense. Kind of see what kind of gameplay we're getting. And so far, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, like I said, it's been a pretty tight matchup so far. And I'm not like the best player in the world in this game either, you know. I think I'm average, you know. And I've never even played with these teams before, so it's hard to really tell. I'm always playing with the Buffalo Bills, so it definitely feels like a better, higher caliber gameplay with these guys, I'll tell you that much. So I'd like to get some stats going here, see what kind of gameplay. I think I got some pretty good yards running. See what I get. Maybe I got like 50 yards or something, 60 yards, which I'll take for the first half. Let's see what he does here. Oh, they're just running the clock out. Okay. All right, well, they ran the clock out, trying to be conservative. All right, let's take a look at those stats. So, total yards, 109. Passing, 68. Rushing, 41. But that includes the sacks I think I had, too. So, that's not going to be the best predictor. Romo's having a good game, 7 out of 9. Pass attempts, 77.8 percentage. 89 yards. It's not bad. McFadden, almost 40 yards, 2.8 per carry, so that's 80 for the day. You know, and I'm not just running it every time, but I'm trying to run it a good amount. So I bet you I can get that to 100 if I focus on running. Here are the receivers. Kind of matches up to what the throwing stats are. And I wanted to see the interceptions. See, there's no interceptions. which is nice because the game had a very it had a bad issue with interceptions, and so seems like they're not as frequent as they normally are. So good job. So all right, leave me with some feedback. I'm going to be testing more games out. I need to get some feedback to Neff, and so I'll be making some more videos. So let me know what you guys think. And the teams that we have right now are the Denver Broncos, the Miami Dolphins, the Buccaneers, the Titans, the Buffalo Bills, and Philadelphia Eagles, and I think that's it. So Denver, Philly, Miami, Tampa Bay, Dallas, Tennessee, and Buffalo. So let me know if you guys want any matchups in my next videos, and hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, go to simheads.com. You know the drill. All right, peace.
Jello Beats, holla at me.